Today we're going to be answering one question, which is why do we need a water conditioner? You want to know? Stick around. What's up everyone, James here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about water conditioners such as this one. We're going to be talking about what a water conditioner is, what it does, and if we actually need to use them in our aquarium. So first of all, what is a water conditioner? Well, a water conditioner is a product such as this, which is Seachem Prime. There is plenty of other water conditioners on the market from companies like Arca Aquatics, NT Labs, JBL, the list is endless, API, Tetra. They all have different names, but essentially, for the most part, most of them do exactly the same as the other. Some have additional benefits and some have sort of better perks such as concentration for the price that you get. So there is loads of different things that you can get, but all of them essentially the main thing that they do is remove chlorine out of your water. So tap water essentially goes for a conditioning process in a big waterworks, and a chemical called chlorine gets added to the water. Now that is obviously quite a toxic chemical for fish. Although it's quite harmless to us in the quantities it is. For such small animals, that becomes a very large quantity and then it can be very damaging. So there's an element of using a conditioner to neutralize any chlorine that might be in your tap water. Contrary to the opinion, there is actually other things that water conditioners do. Some come with like products like aloe vera in them, which helps sort of protect the mucous membrane on a fish, and that could bring a lot of health benefits to your fish too. Some contain additional vitamins, some contain additional minerals, and all of that helps benefit your fish. One other thing that water conditioners do, which is not quite as well known, is the fact that they actually pick up a lot of traces of metals in your water. So when you pour your water out of your tap, obviously most of the time would come from like at some point a copper pipe. And copper is quite damaging to a lot of invertebrates, for example, such as shrimps and crustaceans. And what these products do is that when you add them to the aquarium, what they do is they encapsulate the metals found within the water, so it kind of effectively sort of seals it like that, and it sort of renders it sort of mute, so it's not as, you know, dangerous or toxic to the fish. Yeah, that was just something that is, like I said, is not very well known, but it is a really good benefit to using water conditioners. Now the best way obviously to remove any kind of chemicals or metals out of your water is to go down the route of reverse osmosis, and what that does is that essentially moves pretty much all of any metals, traces, chemicals, that sort of stuff out of the water, and you get very pure water from it. So if you use an RO water, for example, then technically you don't need to use a water conditioner. But being that there is other sort of benefits to the conditioners themselves these days, with like additional vitamins and minerals, you know, it's never going to be a bad thing to use that. Of course, you could just go down a different route and just buy like additional minerals and vitamins yourself and then just add them to the water. But being the fact that like most water conditioners these days are very reasonably priced, then, you know, you could argue that this is probably a better way to go than just spending the extra money on vitamins and minerals. But it's all a personal perspective, I guess. But yeah, just valid to the point. Many newcomers would ask when you would add a water conditioner to your aquarium. Now there's no real wrong or right answer to this, because most of the time it doesn't really matter when you add it to your water, as long as you are adding it to your water. Again, this is more for tap water than it is RO water, but yeah, for the most part most people would do it during a water change. So say for example I was doing a water change on this tank behind me. I did my 20% water change, and then I added more water to it. Then I would then add my water conditioner. Some people prefer to say do it in a bucket. So once they've got their water ready and it's in a bucket, some people add it to the water straight then, so it's got time to already start working before you add it into the aquarium. So you could argue that that's probably a more effective way of doing it. But again, like I said, you can just add it to the tank. A lot of products these days, especially something like this one, also incorporate another element to the product, which is a way to detoxify ammonia or nitrate and nitrates. So when you put this in, this helps sort of control any ammonia spikes within your aquarium. So it's really good for beginners that are just starting out, that are just sort of learning how the nitrogen cycle works, and just getting used to it. And obviously, a lot of people fall victim to very beginner mistakes very quickly when it comes to impulse buying or just giving the wrong advice. Could end up with a small little aquarium that is stacked full of fish, and those ammonia levels are going to start to go through the roof, especially in a small tank. So using something like this will at least help sort of control the situation a bit better, just so you've got a bit more time to sort of address the situation or the mistake that was made, get those fish into a different tank or a bigger tank, and just sort of help with the process. But like I said, it's a very effective way of doing it. Now, Seachem are not the only ones that do this sort of detoxifying these days. It was a bit of a groundbreaking thing when it first came out, because a lot of people were like, wow, you know, to be able to help neutralize ammonia within an aquarium is such a big deal. But a lot of companies are now starting to adapt this into their products as well. So although this isn't the only one on the market anymore, it's still rated as one of the better ones that are out there. But yeah, like I said, there's plenty about, so it's worth checking out. They come in all different sizes. You can get big, huge containers of water conditioners. You can get small little bottles like this if you just need something very quickly. And like I said, some come with other various different things, such as aloe vera or additional vitamins. But yeah, just have a look around, see what kind of thing would work for you. It's always good to try different products as well. I mean, I'm not a stickler for sort of staying with one product really. I like to try different things out and see what else is on the market. Yes, I've been sent products before and tried those out, so that was really useful, because it means that I get a nice perception of all different products going around the market at the moment. So it's good to try. But yeah, ultimately, to answer the fundamental question is, yeah, you probably should be using a water conditioner when doing your water changes. But if you're using water that hasn't got any of those fundamental elements like metals and chlorine in it, for example, then technically you probably don't need to use it. Although I would still recommend using one, just to be on the safe side really. So I hope this video gives you some helpful information there. If you've got any other questions or want to add any more to this after watching the video for other people in the community to have a look at, add them to the comments below. Give us a like. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. I put out various different videos such as this one on a weekly basis, so there's plenty of stuff for everybody to check out. If you haven't already, check out some of my older videos as well, because there's some really helpful beginner guides there as well. And yeah, just keep a lookout for what I've got coming in the future, because there's always something for you to watch. Also, if you want to support the channel, there's a link below to my merch store and my Patreon account. If you want to follow along with me, there's links to my other social media platforms so you can see what I'm getting up to on a daily basis. And until next time, you stay safe.